You've been lied to about who you are. From the moment you could think, they told you that you were just a body, a single being moving through life, bound by flesh and mind. But this is the first deception. The truth? You are not one. You are four. Four bodies, four forces, four elements, all shaping your reality in ways you were never taught to understand. And when these forces are misaligned, life feels chaotic. Your manifestations fail. Your emotions control you. Your mind betrays you. You get stuck in cycles that seem impossible to break. But it's not because you're broken. It's because the world has conditioned you to live in disconnection, cut off from the power that is rightfully yours. This is not philosophy. This is not fantasy. This is the hidden structure of existence, known to the ancient mystics, encoded in sacred texts, and suppressed in modern teachings. Because when you activate these four bodies, you take back control. Control over your energy, control over your reality, control over the forces that dictate every experience in your life. And that is exactly what they don't want. But once you see the truth, you can never unsee it. Everything you experience, every emotion, every thought, every physical sensation is not just happening to you. It is happening through you, dictated by four bodies that exist simultaneously: the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. These bodies are not abstract concepts. They are real, functional aspects of your being, influencing everything from your health to your success, your relationships to your ability to manifest. But the problem? Most people are only aware of one, the physical. And because of this ignorance, they live disconnected, chaotic lives, never understanding why they feel stuck. Your physical body, Earth, is your vessel, the foundation that grounds you in this reality. When it is strong, you have energy, stability, and resilience. But when it is neglected, weakened by processed foods, lack of movement, and overstimulation from screens and artificial environments, it becomes sluggish. You feel drained, out of sync, unable to move forward. The modern world is designed to break the physical body because when your foundation is weak, you are easier to control. Then there is the emotional body, water, the force that shapes your frequency. Most people don't realize that emotions are not just feelings. They are signals, vibrational commands that attract experiences into your life. Fear, grief, anger. These emotions anchor you to lower frequencies, keeping you locked in scarcity, struggle, and suffering. Love, gratitude, joy, these elevate you, aligning you with abundance and flow. But look around. What does society feed you? Fear, division, anxiety. Because if they can manipulate your emotions, they can manipulate your reality. And if you never learn to master your own frequency, you will always be reacting, never creating. Your mental body, air, is the architect of your experience. Every belief, every thought, every perception you hold is a blueprint shaping your external world. But here's the truth they don't tell you. Most of your thoughts are not your own. They were implanted, programmed into you by schools, media, authority figures, designed to keep you small, obedient, and doubtful of your own power. The system does not want critical thinkers. It does not want creators. It wants workers, consumers, and people too distracted by their own limiting beliefs to ever challenge the script. Reprogramming your mind is not just self-improvement, it is liberation. And finally, the spiritual body, fire, the most hidden, the most powerful, and the most feared by those in control. This is your divine essence, the spark of willpower and transformation that makes you limitless. When it is activated, you are unstoppable. No fear can control you. No system can manipulate you. No illusion can deceive you. This is why spiritual suppression is the foundation of the modern world. You were taught to dismiss the unseen, to reject your inner knowing, to believe only in what can be measured and sold. Because the moment you awaken to this fire within you, their power crumbles. Most people live their entire lives disconnected from these four bodies. They chase physical health while ignoring their emotions. They work on their mindset but neglect their energy. They pray for change while poisoning their own vibration. This fragmentation is why they stay stuck. True power comes when these four bodies are aligned, when your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual forces work together as one. This is the key to mastery, the key to breaking free from the loops that have kept you trapped. There's a reason this knowledge isn't widespread. It's too powerful. Some truths can't be shared openly on platforms like this. That's why we created Insights Academy, a free newsletter where we reveal the deeper layers they don't want you to see. Go to the link in the description and enter your email to get a free copy of The Kybalion for a limited time only. But understanding these four bodies is just the beginning. To truly activate them, you need to understand the hidden cycles shaping your reality. Because whether you realize it or not, you are constantly moving through them. And if you don't master them, they will master you. Everything in existence moves in cycles. The sun rises and falls. The seasons shift. The tides ebb and flow. And just like nature, your life follows a precise rhythm, one that determines your growth, challenges, and transformation. The problem? Most people don't recognize these cycles, and because of that, they get stuck. Stuck repeating the same mistakes, stuck reliving the same struggles, stuck wondering why they can't break free. But the truth is, they aren't trapped by chance. They're trapped because they never learned how to move through the cycles of transformation. Your journey follows four distinct phases: spring, summer, autumn, and winter, each connected to an element, each representing a stage of consciousness. And if you don't understand where you are in this cycle, you'll keep fighting the wrong battles, resisting change when you should be flowing with it. But once you do, you gain control over your evolution. You stop feeling lost. You start moving with purpose. Spring, air, awakening is the beginning, the moment of new awareness. This is when something inside you shifts, when you start questioning reality, sensing that things aren't as they seem. Maybe you come across hidden knowledge. Maybe life forces you to see beyond the illusions. But either way, the seed of transformation is planted. You feel excitement, curiosity, a hunger for more. But this is where many people fail. They collect information, they absorb new ideas, but they never take action. They become obsessed with knowledge, but knowledge alone doesn't change reality. Action does. Then comes summer, fire, trial by fire, the test, the destruction of the old self. This is where things start to fall apart. The beliefs you once held, they no longer make sense. The life you built, it doesn't align with who you're becoming. This is where challenges arise, not because you're being punished, but because you are being purified. Fire burns away what no longer serves you, forcing you to let go. And this is where most people give up. They see struggle as failure instead of what it really is, a necessary transformation. If you don't embrace this fire, you'll cling to the past, and the cycle will reset. You'll go back to spring, repeating the same lessons, never moving forward. Then comes autumn, water, ego death, the descent, the moment of deep reflection, emotional release, and internal confrontation. This is when you question everything. Who am I? What do I actually want? What is real and what is just programming? It's a lonely phase. Many people get stuck here, afraid to let go of who they used to be. They resist the emotional waves. They hold on to their old identity, and in doing so, they sabotage their own evolution. But autumn is not the end. It is the preparation for rebirth. If you surrender to this process, if you allow the old self to die, you make way for something greater. Then comes winter, earth, rebirth, the void, the stillness before the next chapter. This is the most misunderstood phase because it feels like nothing is happening. You feel lost, disconnected, unsure of what comes next. But this is where the real transformation occurs. Your mind is recalibrating. Your energy is realigning. Your new self is integrating. And if you try to force progress too soon, you'll disrupt the process. You have to allow yourself this time of rest, of internal recalibration, because when spring comes again, you will not be the same person you were before. Most people live their entire lives trapped in incomplete cycles. They resist the fire of summer, afraid of destruction. They drown in the emotions of autumn, unable to let go. They rush through the stillness of winter, trying to force growth before they're ready. And because of this, they never reach true transformation. They stay stuck, repeating different versions of the same story, never evolving into who they were meant to become. But when you learn to master these cycles, everything changes. You stop fearing struggle because you understand it's just summer burning away the old. You stop resisting emotional shifts because you know autumn is preparing you for something greater. You stop forcing things in moments of stillness because you trust winter is recalibrating you for the next phase. This is how you align with the natural rhythm of transformation. This is how you stop repeating the same lessons and finally evolve. And yet these cycles are just one layer of the hidden structure shaping your life. Beneath them lies an even deeper truth, one that explains why some people stay trapped in low frequencies while others ascend effortlessly. It's not just about cycles, it's about vibration. Because at the core of everything, your mind, your emotions, your reality, there is one law that dictates it all, the law of vibration. And once you understand how it works, you'll see exactly why the world is the way it is. Everything in existence is energy. Every thought, every emotion, every physical object, it all vibrates at a specific frequency. This is not spiritual theory. This is physics. And yet, despite its undeniable truth, society has conditioned you to ignore this fundamental law. They want you to believe that life is random, that success is about luck, that happiness is something external to chase. But the reality? Your frequency determines everything. Your vibration is what attracts experiences, people, and circumstances into your life. And those who control this world have mastered one thing above all: keeping your frequency low. Look around you. Fear, anxiety, division. These are not accidents. The world is drowning in low vibrational energy, and it's by design. News outlets flood your mind with crisis after crisis, ensuring you stay in a constant state of stress. The education system teaches obedience, not creativity, suppressing your ability to think beyond the programmed reality. Food is stripped of nutrients, filled with chemicals that drain your vitality and lower your natural resonance. Entertainment bombards you with images of violence, drama, and dysfunction, ensuring you absorb chaos without even realizing it. Why? Because low vibrations make you weak. They keep you reactive, dependent, and easy to control. A person vibrating in fear cannot manifest abundance. A person vibrating in guilt cannot experience joy. A person vibrating in doubt will never rise above their limitations. This is the hidden war for your consciousness, one that most people never even realize they're fighting. But the moment you recognize this, you have a choice. You can either continue feeding the low frequencies being forced upon you, or you can reclaim control and raise your vibration. Because here's the truth: fear and scarcity are not your natural states. Love, joy, gratitude, these are the frequencies that align you with abundance, creativity, and power. And once you start operating from these higher states, reality bends in your favor. Manifestation accelerates, synchronicities increase, obstacles disappear, not because of magic, but because your vibration dictates what you attract. This is the essence of the law of vibration, the foundational principle that governs the universe. While most people focus on the law of attraction, they miss the key element. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. If your dominant frequency is fear, you will attract experiences that reinforce fear. If your dominant frequency is confidence, opportunities will appear that match that energy. This is why affirmations, visualization, and goal setting fail for so many people. They try to change their external world without shifting their internal vibration. You cannot manifest success while vibrating in doubt. You cannot manifest love while vibrating in insecurity. Your reality is not responding to your wishes, it is responding to your state of being. And yet energy control goes deeper than just personal vibration. The very structure of reality follows hidden mathematical patterns, patterns that reveal how everything is connected. The Fibonacci sequence, the Schumann resonance, the golden ratio, these are not just random numbers. They are the blueprint of the universe, embedded in everything from nature to human DNA. The ancients understood this. Sacred geometry was the key to building temples, aligning structures with cosmic energy and harnessing the natural flow of creation. But today, this knowledge has been buried, dismissed as pseudoscience. Why? Because those in control do not want you to understand how reality truly works. Think about it. The architecture of ancient civilizations, pyramids, temples, sacred sites, all aligned with celestial bodies, built with a precision we struggle to replicate today. These structures were energy amplifiers designed to enhance frequency and elevate consciousness. Now compare that to modern cities, concrete jungles filled with electromagnetic pollution, chaotic layouts, and artificial lighting that disrupts the body's natural rhythms. What changed? The knowledge was never lost. It was taken, it was hidden. Because a society that understands energy is a society that cannot be controlled. This is why sacred sites hold power. This is why meditation, breathwork, and nature recalibrate your mind. This is why ancient symbols and mantras carry hidden energy codes. And this is why modern society is designed to disconnect you from all of it. Because if you truly understood how to align your frequency with the natural laws of the universe, you would become unstoppable. But there's another layer to this, a deeper truth encoded in ancient texts, one that most people overlook. Because while science and physics explain the mechanics of vibration, spiritual texts hold the key to applying it. And no text has been more misunderstood than the Bible. Because hidden within its teachings is something far more powerful than religion, a coded blueprint for consciousness itself. And once you see the truth behind it, everything changes. The Bible is not what you've been told. For centuries, it has been taught as religious doctrine, a set of stories and commandments to follow. But beneath the surface lies something far more powerful, a hidden blueprint for consciousness itself. The church took these teachings and turned them into control mechanisms, distorting their original meaning. But those who understand the deeper layers see the truth. The Bible is not a book of rules. It is a book of transformation. And at the center of this hidden wisdom are the four Gospels: Mark, Matthew, Luke, and John, each representing a different aspect of your being, each mirroring the four hidden bodies. Mark, fire, spirit, represents action, movement, and transformation. Fire is the energy of change, the force that drives you to break through limitations. Mark's gospel is fast-paced, focusing on immediacy, because spiritual awakening is not passive. It is fire, destruction, and rebirth. If your spiritual body is dormant, you will stay trapped in cycles of limitation, never igniting the force needed to evolve. Matthew, air, mind, represents knowledge, wisdom, and perception. Air governs thoughts, beliefs, and the ability to understand deeper truths. This is why Matthew's gospel is the most intellectual, filled with parables and teachings meant to shift consciousness. The mental body is the architect of reality. What you believe, you create. But if your mind is filled with programmed limitations, those limitations will manifest as your life. John, water, emotion, represents the power of belief, feeling, and deep internal knowing. Water governs emotions, intuition, and the unseen forces that shape your vibration. John's gospel is different from the others, more mystical, more poetic, more focused on the internal journey. Why? Because the emotional body dictates your frequency, and your frequency dictates your reality. This is why faith is so powerful, not because of blind devotion, but because belief carries energy. What you emotionally invest in becomes your experience. Luke, earth, body, represents the physical foundation, the material world, the structure needed for growth. The body is the vessel through which spirit, mind, and emotion express themselves. Luke's gospel is the most detailed in describing Christ's physical existence, his interactions, his human experiences, his grounding in reality. Without the physical body in alignment, the other three bodies cannot function properly. This is why health, movement, and environment matter. The physical world is not separate from spirituality. It is the base that supports it. These four Gospels are not just historical accounts. They are a consciousness map, a guide to integrating the four aspects of yourself and unlocking higher awareness. When read with this understanding, the Bible transforms from a control mechanism into a liberation tool. It reveals that Jesus is not just a figure of worship. He is a symbol of the fully awakened soul, a soul that has aligned the four bodies, activated divine will, and transcended the illusions of the physical world. This is why Jesus is described as both human and divine. It is not about religious devotion. It is about what happens when you fully integrate your body, mind, emotions, and spirit. It is about stepping into mastery. The resurrection is not just an event, it is a symbol of transcendence, of breaking free from the lower self and stepping into full alignment. But this knowledge was never meant to be controlled by religious institutions. It was meant to be lived. The original mystery schools, the hidden teachings of the Essenes, the Hermetic traditions, they all understood this. They knew that enlightenment was not about belief, but embodiment, not about faith, but frequency. And this is why those in power do everything possible to keep you disconnected from this knowledge. They want you worshiping an external figure instead of realizing the truth. Christ consciousness is within you. The same way he said, "The kingdom of God is within you." The question is, how do you apply this? How do you integrate these four forces and step into your own mastery? That is where real transformation begins, through conscious alignment of the four bodies, through reclaiming the power that has been hidden from you. And that is exactly what we're about to uncover next. Understanding the four hidden bodies is one thing, activating them is another. This is where most people fail, not because they don't want to evolve, but because they don't know how. The system has designed life to pull you in 1,000 directions, keeping you too distracted, too drained, and too disconnected to ever fully align. But the moment you take control, when you realign your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies, you stop reacting to reality and start creating it. This is how you reclaim your power. First, the physical body, Earth, your foundation. If your body is weak, your energy is weak. If your energy is weak, your manifestations are weak. The modern world is designed to keep you physically exhausted. Processed food, artificial environments, toxic chemicals in everything from water to skin products. Low energy means low awareness. If you feel sluggish, foggy, or constantly drained, your body is out of alignment. The solution? Detoxify, strengthen, reconnect with nature. Eat whole, unprocessed foods that fuel vitality. Move your body, exercise, stretch, walk barefoot on the earth. Limit artificial light, embrace sunlight, and correct your sleep cycle. Your body is not just a shell, it is a receiver of energy. And when it is optimized, everything else flows effortlessly. Next, the emotional body, water. The energy you emit into the world. Most people have no idea that their emotions are creating their experiences. Fear, anger, sadness. These frequencies attract more of the same. The system thrives on keeping you in emotional chaos because a person ruled by emotions is easy to control. The key to breaking free? Emotional mastery. Start observing your emotions instead of being controlled by them. Ask yourself, is this feeling mine, or is it being triggered by external manipulation? Stop feeding fear-driven media. Release old emotional wounds through breathwork, meditation, or journaling. And most importantly, shift your state daily. Gratitude and love are not just nice ideas. They are frequency hacks that elevate your entire reality. Then the mental body, air, the architect of your world. Every belief you hold is shaping your experience, And yet most of those beliefs were implanted without your awareness. Society teaches you that thoughts are passive, but the truth is, thoughts are commands. Your subconscious is running programs, many of them limiting, inherited from childhood, society, or past failures. Rewriting these programs is not optional. It is essential. How? First, identify the limiting beliefs you've absorbed. Do you believe money is hard to get? That success is reserved for certain people? That you are not capable? These beliefs are not facts. They are scripts you've been programmed to accept. Challenge them, replace them, use affirmations, visualization, and most importantly, action to break old thought loops. The mind follows proof, so prove to it that your new reality is possible. And finally, the spiritual body, fire, the connection to source, willpower, and the force that makes you unstoppable. This is the body the system fears the most. When it is awakened, no external force can manipulate you. You no longer need validation, no longer live in fear, no longer accept limitations. But here's the truth most won't tell you. Awakening is not a comfortable process. It is fire. It is destruction. It is burning away everything that is false so that what remains is real. This is why so many avoid it, because true awakening requires full surrender. The easiest way to activate your spiritual body? Silence, presence, intuition. Disconnect from artificial noise. Spend time in solitude. Meditate, not just as a practice, but as a way of existing. When you remove distractions, the truth reveals itself. And once your spiritual body is fully activated, nothing external can pull you back into illusion. When all four bodies are aligned, you become the creator of your reality. Your body is strong, your emotions are stable, your mind is sharp, and your spirit is on fire. You stop being a victim of circumstance and start bending reality to your will. And here's what happens next. Life begins responding to you in ways you never imagined. Opportunities appear. The right people come into your life. Manifestations speed up. This is not magic. It is energy mechanics. The system has trained you to believe life happens to you. But in truth, life is happening through you, responding to the vibration you emit. Most people will never reach this state because they are too distracted to align, too conditioned to believe they have no power. But you are here, and that means something. It means you are already on the path. The only question is, will you complete it? But even when you realign, the system will try to pull you back in. It will throw distractions, resistance, and doubt in your way. This is where most people relapse, because they don't know how the system counteracts awakening. And if you don't see it for what it is, you'll fall right back into the trap. But once you do, you become untouchable. Let's break it down. The moment you start waking up, the system fights back, not with physical chains, but with something far more powerful: distraction, doubt, and resistance. This is why so many people who begin their awakening never complete it. They take one step forward, then something pulls them back. A sudden crisis, a wave of self-doubt, a distraction disguised as an opportunity. Have you ever noticed that when you try to change, everything seems to push against you? That's not an accident. That is the system doing exactly what it was designed to do: keep you in place. Because here's the truth. Awakening threatens control. A person who aligns their four bodies cannot be manipulated. They cannot be distracted by meaningless conflict. They do not seek validation from the outside world. They do not operate in fear. This is why the moment you begin shifting, the resistance shows up. But the key to breaking free is understanding exactly how this happens. Because once you see the mechanics of control, you can dismantle them. The first force keeping you stuck? Negative frequency manipulation. The system thrives on keeping the collective vibration low. This is why the news is a constant stream of fear, division, and disaster. Why entertainment glorifies dysfunction, violence, and betrayal. Why your phone is designed to hijack your focus with endless scrolling, pulling you away from real presence. The lower your vibration, the easier you are to control. You cannot create from a state of fear. You cannot expand when you are drowning in distractions. This is why people feel exhausted, overwhelmed, and directionless, because their energy is being drained before they can use it for themselves. The solution? Energy fasting. Just like detoxing the body, you must detox the mind. Cut out toxic media. Limit exposure to low-energy environments. Spend time in silence, in nature, in spaces that restore your energy rather than drain it. Because until you reclaim control over what enters your mind, you will always be influenced by forces you cannot see. The second trap, the illusion of productivity. Society has convinced you that being busy equals being successful. That constantly grinding, constantly hustling, constantly proving yourself means you are getting somewhere. But in reality, most people are just running on a treadmill, moving, but never progressing. Because productivity without alignment is just distraction disguised as ambition. If your actions are not in sync with your four bodies, you're wasting energy. The solution? Move with intention. Stop doing things just because you think you should. Focus on actions that create true expansion, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. If it doesn't elevate you, it's a distraction. Then there's the third force, the most dangerous one. The system does not fight you with external enemies. It fights you with your own mind, doubt, fear, insecurity. The deeper you go into your awakening, the louder these voices become. And most people make one critical mistake. They believe them. They think, maybe I'm not ready. Maybe I'm not meant for this. Maybe I should just stay where I am. This is the final test. The moment when most people turn back, convinced that their own thoughts are telling them the truth, but they're not. These doubts are nothing more than the subconscious defense mechanisms of a programmed mind. The system is embedded in your beliefs, and the moment you try to break free, it activates every fear, every excuse, every old pattern to pull you back. And that's where most people fail. They assume that resistance means they are on the wrong path. But in reality, resistance means you are right where you need to be. The pushback is proof that you are disrupting the program. The fear is proof that you are stepping outside the script. The distractions, the doubts, the struggles, they are not signs to stop. They are signs to keep going. Because once you pass through this threshold, something incredible happens. The resistance dissolves. The distractions lose their power. The old fears become irrelevant. You shift into a state where you are no longer controlled, you are in control. And this is where true freedom begins. But here's the most important part. You cannot do this alone. The system is designed to isolate you, to make you feel like you are on this journey by yourself. But that is the final illusion. Awakening spreads. Awareness is contagious. And the more people who break free, the weaker the system becomes. This is why it is critical to connect with others who are on the same path, to share knowledge, to reinforce truth, to remind each other of the power we hold. Now we arrive at the final stage, the point where everything changes, the moment where you stop consuming knowledge and start applying it. The system will never give you permission to be free. The question is, will you take it anyway? Let's break it down. The moment you understand the four bodies, the hidden cycles, and the forces designed to keep you trapped, you reach a crossroads. You either fall back into old patterns, distracted, drained, and controlled, or you make a choice to step into alignment, to reclaim your energy, and to become the architect of your own reality. Because that's the ultimate truth they've hidden from you. You were never meant to be a passive observer. You were designed to be a creator. Look around you. Every structure in society is built to keep you reactive, disconnected, and dependent. You were conditioned to believe that life happens to you, that external forces dictate your destiny. But here's the truth. Reality is responding to you, not the other way around. Every thought you hold, every emotion you cultivate, every action you take is sending a signal. The universe is not judging, it is mirroring. And the moment you shift internally, your external world must follow. So how do you reclaim that power? How do you shift from someone reacting to life to someone creating it. You align, you activate, you step fully into the version of yourself that is no longer controlled by the old paradigm. First, master your energy. Energy is your currency, your power, your influence. Where you direct it determines what grows in your life. Stop leaking energy into distractions, into toxic people, into meaningless pursuits that do not elevate you. Guard your focus like your life depends on it, because it does. Choose what you consume, what you engage with, and most importantly, what you allow into your mind. If it does not elevate your frequency, it is stealing your power. Second, speak with intention. Words are not just sounds. They are commands to reality. Every time you speak doubt, you affirm limitation. Every time you complain, you program struggle. But when you speak with precision, when your words align with your vision, you begin to reshape the world around you. Stop saying, "I can't." Stop saying, "I hope." Start saying, "I create." Start saying, "I am." Your voice is your spell. Use it wisely. Third, act from alignment, not from fear. Most people make decisions based on what they want to avoid, avoiding failure, avoiding discomfort, avoiding rejection. But when you move from a place of alignment, fear becomes irrelevant. You no longer ask, "What if I fail?" Because failure is just part of the cycle. You no longer hesitate because hesitation is rooted in doubt, and doubt is nothing more than a program. When you step into full alignment, your path becomes clear. The right people show up. The right opportunities appear, not because of luck, but because you have tuned yourself into the frequency of success. And finally, detach from the illusion of time. The system has conditioned you to believe that transformation takes years, that you must wait, that you must prove yourself, that you must climb some invisible ladder before you can step into your power. But there is no waiting. There is no process. There is only a decision. The moment you decide, the shift begins. Your reality does not care about time. It cares about energy. The question is not, how long will it take? The question is, how fast can I align? Most people will never make this shift because they are still waiting for permission, still waiting for the right time, the right sign, the right opportunity. But those who understand the truth know that the only permission you need is your own. The only validation you need is from yourself. And the only thing stopping you is the belief that something is stopping you. So now, the choice is yours. Will you go back to sleep, back into distraction, back into the script they wrote for you? Or will you reclaim your power, align your four bodies, and become the creator of your own reality? Because the system will not change. The distractions will not stop. The world will continue to feed fear, division, and illusion. But once you awaken, once you step into alignment, none of it can touch you. You move differently. You think differently. You operate from a frequency that is beyond their reach. And when enough people step into that power, the entire system collapses. Because its survival depends on your ignorance. The awakening is happening. Some will rise, some will fall back into sleep. The only question that matters is, which one will you be? And if you've made it this far, then you already know the answer. You are not here by accident. You are here because you are ready. The question is, what will you do with that knowledge? This journey doesn't end here. The deeper layers, the strategies they don't want public, the tools to solidify your awakening, that's what we share inside Insights Academy. If you're serious about unlocking your true power, go to the link in the description and enter your email. For a limited time, you'll also get access to the Kybalion, one of the most important texts on the laws of reality, completely free. But only if you take action now. And if this video resonated with you, let us know by commenting, "I understood it." Because those who see the truth must stand together. Let's awaken the world, one mind at a time.